The topic is about headline, undoubtedly the most revealing of all the lines. The headline shows how you process information. Welcome to Jocelyn-Stein Vlog. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Make sure to hit the bell notification button to keep you posted. Love you guys. Thank you. Headline. Undoubtedly, the most revealing of all the lines, the headline shows how you process information, articulate ideas, and where your mental talents lie. Are you an intellectual, a business person, or a creative type with ideas? Do you prepare your ideas and words carefully, or simply shoot from the hip? Okay. The headline will show how stress prone you are, the extent to which you apply yourself to work, how quickly and efficiently you make decisions, and how confident you are when articulating yourself. It is the most important and telling line of the hand when it comes to revealing aptitudes, talents, and your particular type of intelligence and intellectual viewpoint. The left hand, while on the right, the left hand headline will show your personal ideas of success and work. While on the right hand, you can discover the ways in which you put this idea into practice and utilize your gifts to achieve success in worldly terms. Professional success can often be most clearly shown in the right hand headline. When the line appears delicate, your mentally is fragile at present, and you should avoid too much stress. You may not be at your best in a crisis or in jobs that have punishing deadlines. When the line appears heavy or coarse, your mode of self-expression, personally the left hand, or socially, professionally the right hand, may lack finesse. You may find that your attitude and way of solving problems is considered by others to be blunt, brusque, and bullish. If the line is woolly, it indicates a woolly, vague, and forgetful mind. Indecision is shown when the line splits into various strands at its end. It is important to exercise your mind and your memory. Often, the headlines on the left hand and right hands differ quite markedly, and this reveals an inconsistency between private, intimate left and public work right rules. Perhaps the confidence level is markedly different, or in some ways, you are two very different split people. Headline starting near index finger. Loved. One of your greatest talents is your ability to charm others. You seek out a partner who looks good on your arm but who won't have the charisma to outshine you. Your persuasive, self-confident manner attracts partner, but many are surprised to find that your self-assurance is bravado. With luck, you will meet a partner who wants an equal relationship with you, and this will carve your instinct to dominate or subjugate. This tyrannical streak of yours may see you encounter a clash of wills when a loved one does not accept your opinion as gospel. Personality. You emit an imperious air of supreme confidence. Some might see cockiness. It is likely that you were brought up convinced you were the center of the universe. You have big ambitions, dramatic flair, set high goals for yourself, and have a manner that commands respect. At best, you have an enterprising, generous, and philanthropic nature, and there is the potential to be influential and inspirational, but you must resist the urge to exert a Bengali-like control over followers. Work. It is likely that you had a desire at some stage to express yourself in one of the performing arts. You are suited to work that requires winning accounts and bringing in clients. Work that makes full use of your ability to promote yourself as a product. You assume that position of authority are yours for the taking. But there may be times when your plans are thwarted because of your arrogance or lack of training. You have many ambitions to succeed but must learn the ropes and some humility before earning your place at the top. Headline, street headline. Love. Okay, when it comes to love, you look for equilibrium in all matters. You are keen to spend time exploring your feelings before making decisions. Partners may find it difficult to anticipate your moods or understand you need time to process your feelings. Some would be surprised to learn you can be manipulative. When interested in someone new, you set out to win your prize. You would benefit from expressing your true feelings rather than bottling them up or expressing them with passive aggression. Personality. You are perceptive, discerning, and able to read between the lines. Add this to a tactical approach and a readiness to deal hands-on with everyday matters, and you have the key palm sign of sound judgment. If your headline is fuzzy or wavy, you need to keep focus to be as productive with work and as clear-cut in your decision making. You have the temperament that questions everything. Only after being presented with proof would you consider another's opinion as fact. It is important for you to have the facts before making a decision. Work. At best, you have the cool, detached communication and reasoning skills that make you excellent in business. With this headline, you are able to turn any creative talents you have to work financially advantage, particularly when in partnership with others. This formation shows good potential business acumen because there is a non-nonsense, practical approach and a determination to tackle projects logically and with cunning. You're good in a crisis because you are level-headed and rational. Short headline. When it comes to love, it is likely that your heart line is longer, meaning you are ruled by your heart, not your head. You are driven by emotional responses and go with your gut reaction. You often don't think things through, preparing to remove yourself when the going gets tough. You also have a short fuse. Only later are you able to process what's been going on and digest the facts with objectivity. You hate complications, but create them when you act impetuously, often with no thought for the consequences. Your personality, if you have a short headline, is you have the talent to grasp the essence of an idea quickly and a dislike of complexities and red tape. You have the sort of mind that can process the basic facts quickly, and your aim is to act incisively, making decisions quickly unless the headline is feathery or woolly. Comes naturally, but often you suffer as a result of not doing your homework. You are best when you can apply yourself to a short-term situation. You are an impulsive person, but what's a tendency to bolt from situations when the pressure's on or when there are delays to your plan. Work. It is likely that you were good at only one or two subjects at school, but this does not mean you are incapable of having a good all-round knowledge in adulthood. You may look at others and envy their versatility, but you are special and need work that requires a specific talent. Your mind works best when dealing with one project at a time. This is because you have a short attention span and don't like distraction. You would do best to become an authority in one area and could do well in any job that requires handling money. Carved headline. When you have a carved headline when it comes to love, you love to surprise with present and spontaneous gesture. You are open to explore new ground sexually and dislike emotional games, particularly if your heart line is carved. You are just as candid when expressing your relationship needs. You are self-reliant and detached but not as practical as some, and you would be just as happy to live on your own. Partners should respect your need for privacy and solitude and must understand that you only share problems when you feel unable to cope on your own. Personality of carb headline. People know where they stand with you. You are open and expressive. You sometimes take this too far, however, and risk being tactless or undiplomatic. You are the type who wants to go with the flow, take calculated risk, and explore new territory. For you, life is an adventure that could take a new twist any minute and you want to be ready. You like things clear and simply and seek to find quick solutions to life's problems. Your creative instinct is strong. You pursue life. You pursue life and all kinds of relationship with infectious enthusiasm. Work. Okay, work for carb headline. You seek to work for yourself or be in a company that offers opportunities. Yet you may lose work to street headline counterparts because you prefer not to play political games. Your instinct is not to be too focused on making money, preparing to have the freedom to explore creative avenues. You are motivated by the idea of producing a worthwhile end result. You would hate to be in an ambitious environment where you have to watch your back, but you like to win respect and recognition for your creative versatility. Deeply carved headline. When it comes to love, first look to the type of heartline you have, as this will show your expectations and experiences in love. With your deeply carved headline, you are afraid of getting involved in a liaison that could leave you vulnerable. You prefer the safety of your own secluded fantasy world. It's time to take stock, however, and realize that anyone capable of penetrating your defenses and having creative pursuits in common deserves to be given a chance. You have so much to offer and vast reserve of love and affection to share with others, but will you let them in? Will you let them in? Personality. You have enormous creative potential and probably immersed yourself in the world of the imaginations from an early age. Whether you were daydreaming at school or weaving intricate fantasies, you prepared to live in a world of make-believe. Now you do your best to avoid the harsh realities life throws your way. If but you should not run away from commitments. There is a very way forward with there is a way forward without blaming others or avoiding responsibilities. Work. Okay, when it comes to work in school, your approach did not fit in with that of your peers. And it is likely that your education was minimal unless the subject sparked your imagination. In later life, you may carry a chip on your shoulder about not having the qualifications. However, you are not really cut out for a highly competitive working environment. When there are opportunities to express creative freedom, your instinct may be to reject it. This is based on the fear that you won't be capable, or perhaps you are afraid of the burden of success. Headline starting near thumbed. When it comes to love, this can be a tough headline to have win in relationships. You are often rather tense and keyed up, so you find it difficult to relax with loved ones. Look to the shape and ending of the heart line, particularly on the left hand, to see how you can best express yourself emotionally. If friendship get in the way of personal plans, resist the impulse to cast them aside ruthlessly. You should be aware of your explosive temper and stubborn resistance to accepting others' ideas and help. Personality. This headline gives you a personal style that is combative, courageous, and dynamic. You are impatient and irritable but strong-willed and focused. You attack first and ask question later. Subtlety is not your strong point. If you are determined to ride roughshod over the opposition, pay attention to your health as you are stress prone. Your pugnacious approach to life can antagonize others. In fact, others may go out of their way to ensure you don't get what you want because of your manner. You seem to want to argue the tooth every time. Work. You are not one but one you are not one to bother with the fine details, particularly if you have short fingers or a short headline. You are excellent at identifying the heart of any matter and tackling problems head on. But be careful not to miss the subtleties. Others can benefit from your no nonsense, energetic approach. You will be considered an asset in any company that hires you to do battle. You may need to take extended periods of time off work to unwind and disengage from stresses. If this is impossible, see to it that you channel your aggression into sport. Long headline. When it comes to love, you are a thinker who carefully considers your road ahead. But partners may not know where they stand because you tend to overanalyze relationship dilemmas. Will you stay or will you move on to new pasture? You don't attempt to make decision until you have all the facts. And even then, too much information may delay the process. Nevertheless, partners need to have all their facts ready if they start an argument with you or try to hurry you. You are the type who will pull out a list of reasons why you need a little more time. Personality. You process information slowly and carefully, mulling over the details, but you are versatile, have numerous interests, and are able to handle many projects at once. One-to-one contact and talking things over with friends and colleagues is excellent therapy for you, as you depend upon feedbacks and two-way exchange. You hate to be pushed into making quick decisions. You are afraid to miss a subtle but important point. Your thoughts flow most freely when there is no pressure. Work. You have lots of ambitious plans, but which one are you going to tackle first? It is important to organize your schedule and focus on long-term projects. A natural strategist, you have the patience to plan and see projects through. You know success comes from preparation, attention to detail, and reading the small print. You may have a love of words and enjoy teaching and writing. Since you are probably well read and consider yourself a student of life, you are able to bring a diverse range of experience to any job you tackle. Breaks in headline. Starting over, breaks always signal the end of a chapter in your life. Look to determine whether the break is on the left private self or right hand public self. When the first line comes to an end, there is an end to a way of thinking or behaving. Very often there is a definite break in routine or life path. Occasionally, this is due to a physical injury or shock, but usually this change occurs because of a divorce, a parting of the ways, the death of a loved one, or being born again. The strength and clarity of the new line will determine how strong and resilient this new outlook will be. Sometimes, the new line will emerge from the direction of the index finger, pointing to a newfound confidence in yourself, a spiritual rebirth, or entering a position of greater control in your life. On other hands, the new line appears below the original, and this implies that you have taken on an outlook that focuses on your inner self, and the impulse is to withdraw from public life. Your main objectives is to live your life for yourself to please rather than trying to please others around you. Overlaps. Often the headlines will overlap, and this shows a gradual coming to terms with the change in routine and making a slow move towards a new life. Look to see whether the overlapping lines are protected by a square, suggesting the transition is smoother because of a constant in your life at that time. When the lines do not overlap, a break away from recent stresses must be made in order to take stock and regroup. Two separate headlines. When it comes to love, often the more self-confident side of you is expressed through work, and the insecure worries is revealed to those closest to you. Two headlines point to someone supremely capable in many areas of life, but who is rather demanding and childless in relationship. There is a gulf between how you perceive yourself in public and in private. Potential partners may be attracted to your enigmatic public image but may discover a different person behind closed doors. The key is in integrating both sides into your personal life. Personality. Two headlines reveal a dual personality, each half struggling for dominance. Usually, one of them begins near the index finger and zips majestically into the hand, while the other is tied to the lifeline and is much shorter. This suggests one part of you is an outgoing, fun character that thrives on taking chances, starting new ventures, and involving people in your life. The other is withdrawn, sober soul who is distrustful and even a little paranoid and suspicious of other motives. The combination can produce a neurotic personality that is intensely private yet driven to be out front center stage. At work, you are the ultimate promoter, publicist, or fundraiser, and are keenly aware of how others see you. You're highly intelligent and very capable, if not slightly unpredictable. Colleagues will soon discover that the person who is articulate, confident, and authoritative is also the person who in private is insecure. Painfully shy and self-doubting, some of you may even have a secret life that few know about. A headline with additional brands. This is the last of our headlines. So, when it comes to love, with all this creative talent and potential for success professionally, your personal life may have its fair share of practical difficulties and demand you make choices. You are ambitious to succeed and need a partner who also want to push forward. Otherwise, you will lose respect for them. Often, the temptation is to get involved with someone steadfast and rather boring. Sometimes a partner feels they are taking Sometimes a partner feels they are taking second place to your many creative outlets to either work with them or adapt your hectic life to make room for a relationship. Personality. You are gifted with mental dexterity and are driven to apply your ample creative talents. You will never be bored, for you life offers endless choices. When the headline is carved, you express yourself in a dramatic way, such as performing or interior design. You take risks. It may be hard to earn a living from your talent because you need to learn to value yourself. If the brands appears on a street headline, though you have learned to utilize your talent in a practical way form, you have inventive ways of bringing business to your door. Work. You are highly adaptable, capable of processing fresh ideas and learning new subjects very quickly. Whether it is learning a language in 6 weeks or picking up a complicated knitting pattern, you are able to grasp the essentials and apply this to suit your own needs. You may be blessed with an exceptional memory and have ingenious ways of working. Others are amazed at how self motivated, driven, and ambitious you are. Aim to work in an area that brings you enormous pleasure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like my video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to keep you posted. Make sure to like and share my video. I love you guys. God bless you always. Thank you so much. God bless.